Take clouds. Have some clouds. I forgot I got this limoncello naturally essence lacro. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Your boy Hupsaiya. This is the Stego Monday tournament hosted by Pig and Stegosaurus. What's his name? Stegosaurus, yep. And in the top right, the red Zerg player. It is Shin. And in the bottom left, we have the blue Protoss player from Europe. It is Gerald. You know, I was surprised when he left the Storm Gaming team. I was pretty surprised when he left the Storm Gaming team. Did Shin just win the Morty TCR thing? That's pretty cool, actually. Shin is a very good player. I just played against him in the series previous to this. And he absolutely dookied on me. He dookied so hardcore on me. Oh my gosh. Very nice. We did get a block on the natural by Gerald. He must have sent the probe very early. With the new changes in the upcoming balance patch, they have reduced the cost of the hatchery by 25 minerals, which means you can get the hatchery just a few seconds earlier in the early game. But in return for this, they have made queens cost 25 more minerals. And let me tell you, right, Zerg will spend way more money building queens because they make a lot of queens every game and they have to replace them constantly. Then they will save on these hatcheries that they're trying to lower the cost of. But I don't think that they needed to trade at all for Zerg, right? I don't think trading was a good idea at all. What I think they should have done is they should have just nerfed the queen, right? And I don't think they should have messed with the... I don't think they should have messed with the cost. I think messing with the cost of units is kind of lame and uninteresting. I don't know how many people agree with me on that one. That might be a more personal feeling. Adjusting the cost of a unit, it doesn't really change how you use that unit. You will either desire it and need it in a situation, or you won't need it and you won't make it, and it, like, the price of it will not matter in most cases. See the Immortal, right? When they increased the Immortal's cost from 250 to 275, it didn't stop anyone from making Immortals. They just kept making Immortals, right? Because you need them because they're a super strong unit that is very valuable for Protoss and fills roles that they needed to fill no matter what its cost is. So likewise, the Queen is another unit like that, where Zerg absolutely has to build them every single game. So I think a cost nerf to the Queen is probably like a big slap on the wrist kind of cost, right? 25 more minerals is one Zergling, ladies and gentlemen. I would like you to present you to the cost of one Zergling, or half of a drone, okay? So it's really not that big of a deal. I really don't know if Protoss will have any sort of, like, timing attack benefit from this early game change to ZVP. Other changes up on the list is the new energy recharge ability for the Nexus. This spell that's on your Nexus with a 60-second cooldown will instantly recharge the mana of one unit. Does our boy here have an Oracle? He does indeed have an Oracle. He has not used the energy recharge on his Nexus for this Oracle yet. He is activating this, though, and losing most of the energy. So maybe he wants to rely on that, and he just wants to chase these links down, secure a couple kills, and then deactivate, and hopefully use the energy overcharge so that we can see that. Yeah, you can see that there. It's a very fast animation. I kind of wish it lasted like 1 or 2 seconds longer. It seems to happen in a flash, but you can see now the Oracle's back to full energy. The Zerglings cannot harass the third base anymore. Twilight Council and extra gateways coming down. Oh, Gerald has messed up his gas mining in his main here. Comes the forge. He's messed up the gas mining in his natural too. I wonder what's happening with that misclicked. He did that twice up here and over there, so something that he does very often has interfered with his macro here. I would have really liked the kill on the creep tumor. This is one of my favorite things so far about the energy overcharge, is not being afraid to spend your oracle energy to kill creep tumors. Previously, with your first 2 oracles, you could almost never afford to use the energy on anything except drone kills. Or maybe a queen kill. Like, if you find a queen alone and you have 2 oracles, you could kill it. But usually spending energy was a pretty bad idea, unless you were directly doing eco damage. Pressure over here coming in. Zerglings. Shin is finally going to pull ahead in the worker count here. I need to adjust myself a little bit. The big wall over here. These kind of walls always feel, I don't want to say risky. It feels like you're exposing an important part of your infrastructure to your opponent when you make walls like this, right? You only make like 8 gateways for the first 10 minutes of the game. So losing power to these out here is a big deal. Or just losing them in general. It can be a pain in the butt to defend the other side of a wall if it's not, like, easily accessible from your side of the wall. Hydralisk Den on the way. 14 roaches coming in. You know, this is something we see a lot in PvZ, and I'm not sure what the like, solution to this is, but Zerg will reach 3 base saturation before the Protoss player. Almost always, right? Zerg will almost always reach 3 base saturation before Protoss. And then they can overmake units at that stage to try and punish Protoss's 4th base. Because Protoss is continuing to build workers right now, as you can see. And the Zerg player is making no workers, only 66 workers. So this is a very strong timing that Zerg can exploit. Where Protoss is going to have no splash damage. Shin bringing up his rocks. He doesn't want these here anymore. He wants to be able to surround his opponent's army. There's some very good stasis wards here for the Protoss player to retreat into, though. He does manage to capture up all of the Zerglings, which makes a big difference. Gerald is being incredibly cost efficient right now. Ooh, very good blinks, right? But Ragnarok is chasing him down. Does he have the Hydralisk movement speed upgrade? Those Hydralisks do this relatively fast. We're looking at Ravager Hydra right now. So this is very all-in from Ragnarok. There's no drones here. There's no plans for any drones, right? There's no plans for any drones. He's just all-in right now. Protoss doesn't have Storm anywhere in sight. He doesn't have a super battery. Oh, that battery survived, though, because of the buff. Look at it, it had 100 health points left. Ragnarok hasn't adjusted his muscle memory. He shot the amount of Ravager Biles that would kill old shield battery and not the new one. Oh, that's so funny. Ah, this is the timing I'm talking about, man. Around 9 minutes, Zerg can overwhelm you in army supplies so badly. 50 to 100 right now. The cost and efficiency is swinging in Gerald's favor, but I think he just doesn't have enough stuff here to hold on, unfortunately. +2 attack isn't finished yet, so we're not going to see any power spikes here. If the 4th base does go down, it might be okay to, like, surrender your 4th base instead of losing a lot of your army here. to try and stabilize on a place where we might have built more defenses. Is he gonna be able to hold on here, ladies and gentlemen? I think he's on coke. He has no batteries. He has no shield batteries. Oh, there's one over here, but it's gonna run out of juice so fast. The biles come down on the zealots. Oh my goodness. Well, at least I know that it's not just me dying to this kind of stuff. GG. Yeah, it definitely feels like you need Immortals. Immortals and Storm. Playing the Blinkstalker style doesn't feel so good anymore. Like, this is tough, bro. Like I said, he's 30, 40 supply behind at like 8 to 9 minutes. And you just have a bad time. Have a bad time, dude. Alright, let's move on to game number 2. I hope Gerald has something powerful to show us. But unfortunately, I think a lot of the new changes are really good on the balance patch, but none of them really open up possibilities of new strategies of any kind, right? We're not really going to see different builds out of Protoss players. Maybe some of the changes to Zerg and Terran could do something like that, but it's just like you're gonna see a lot of the same stuff again with this new energy recharge ability tacked on to the end. Like, I can give my Templar an extra storm on spawn. Let's go, dude. I don't know, man. Game number 2, though. Good luck, have fun. I don't have a scoreboard to update because I don't use observer overlays because I'm not a hipster observer pro. I'm just here to show you the game, how you would see it. I do really like the zoom out function of observing a lot. Zooming out feels great. I ain't no hipster observer pro. I think that the game, if you played Starcraft from here, it would feel pretty good. I'm gonna be real. You know what? If it was a little zoomed out, that would feel pretty pog, man. I don't know if you're pogging in the chat or not right now, but you should be. You should be slamming the poggers, dude. Slander, label, lies. Ugh. I'm gonna just be a magician now, and I'm pulling the answers out of the hat. We're gonna see a Stargate opener with a couple of oracles, and then either a Twilight Council and a Forge, or a Robo and a Forge, or we're gonna see double Stargate on 2 bases, and then the Zerg player is gonna make lots of Roaches, Ravagers, and maybe Hydralisks, and then we're gonna see a big smack in the face right now, you know? This is just kind of how Ragnarok, and who's the other Zerg player that plays kind of like this? Just like really aggressive and just very aware of that point in time of strength that they have at around 8 to 9 minutes, where they have a big army supply advantage on the Protoss player. We'll see what happens, though. Overlord slowly moving in here. For all of you who are out there and you want to get better versus Protoss, this first Overlord lets you know everything that you need to know about what the Protoss player is going to do. If Warp Gate starts right away, your opponent is 99% certain to be going for a Twilight or a Robo. If this Warp Gate doesn't start right away, like it's not starting right now, it's almost 99% of the time gonna be a Stargate. But Gerald is mind gaming. He said, mind games. I'm gonna intentionally delay my Warp Gate timing to make it look like I'm doing a Stargate opener, but then make a Twilight Council. Oh, he's got a big brain, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but the Lings get through because Shin is a Zerg player and he knows he can just walk past your first adept on the map, and now he's gonna get to scout the Twilight Council. And that is a big sad, ladies and gentlemen. That is a not like this moment. Unfortunate business. He almost did the mind game perfectly. It would almost be worth it to not send your first adept across the map when you play like this. Or chrono boost the second adept. You can chrono boost the second adept and think it will come out fast enough to stop the rescouts. Alright, this is what you like to see from Ragnarok. I mean, Shin. I keep calling him Ragnarok. His name is Shin now. I like the wall off here, actually. You get a pylon wall off instead of a gateway wall off. This is kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like this wall off. This is cool. This is cool. That's unique. But that's a map feature, right? That's really cool. I was like, who the fuck is Shin? Yeah, it's Ragnarok. His name changed again. Once again, his name changed. Ooh, the cybernetic sword is definitely gonna die here. Oh, this sucks, dude. Make a sentry. He didn't make a sentry, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, oh, the prism is just idle. No, no, Gerald, no. His prism is idle, guys. Oh, God. Not like this, dude. Well, I think the jig is up, and we know that it's Dark Templars. Oh God, his speed is sickening. Look at the first-person view of this pro gamer Zerg player. He's like, yes, I'm going to switch my vision constantly. He's so fast, dude. He's so fast. It's crazy. Jesus. That's wild. That's wild, bro. God damn. Zerg has a very rhythmic APM schedule for tasks and activities. As in, creep spread and larva. They're very rhythmic activities. Every 14 seconds on the creep tumors. Every 30 seconds. I want to say 30. I know that the spawn larva is 25 mana, but I think being on an every 30-second schedule is better than 25. Because most people can guess how long half a minute is, but, like, I would say much less people could guess, like, how long 25 seconds is, unless they intentionally counted it in their head. Oh, this is what really sucks about not Stargate openers. Gerald has chosen to make an Archon here at his third base, which is actually pretty cool, right? Like, this is the one thing that would definitely defend you against something Zergling-based. Unfortunately, like I said, Zerg reaches that 3-base saturation before Protoss. Protoss needs to continue spending money on probes and production right now. But Zerg does not. Zerg is just gonna inject, and he doesn't have to add more production from this point, and he can just make units. So he's gonna have a massive supply advantage here for the next minute or two. The 4th base is technically production, true, but it's just 300 minerals. And it's worth it, because it's like he needs it to spend his money. He's on 0 larva constantly. No batteries, dude. Well, batteries are not very good anymore. Gerald's army needs more time to build. Immortals take forever. They take 40 seconds to build. You just can't get him. And he's got, like, no force fields. He's only got, like, 4 or 5 force fields. He's not on the ramp. He's so dead. Oh, it's a disaster. Okay. Force fields do come down, but the Ravager Vials just saved that road. Oh, they got whacked. They got whacked. Okay, these were good force fields. Catching some more stuff. Wow, force field good. Are we going to see an energy recharge on the sentry? He already used it. Okay, so he doesn't get to use more energy recharge for quite some time. Just +1 attack here for Shin. 58 workers. This is a nice wall up here. This bought us a lot of time, actually. You like to see that kind of stuff. But as I explained before, that was a lot of Gerald's production. 3 gateways is 12 supply per minute. Warp gate cooldown is 23 seconds. I guess it's even more. It's like 20 supply a minute off your warp gates if you're warping in really consistently. So losing 3 warp gates is like losing 20 supply at a time. Yep, 9 minutes pops up, 8 minutes and 54 seconds. Our Zerg player is maxed out. Protoss 130 supply. You know, it's so hard to defend these areas when you're down in supply, guys. What do you do? Okay, so we got the buff disruptor. It's bigger now, but it doesn't one-shot roaches. Damn, that looks pretty bad. Damn, that looks pretty bad. Oh man. Maybe they should nerf the disruptor. It's kind of the only way Protoss has to overcome massive supply disparities. Like what? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, the OK force fields lets him clean up all of the Zerglings, but okay, those weren't such good force fields. Okay, he needs to come in with the other side of the army. Okay, force fields do come down. Oh, the disruptor shot is coming in. The splits were very not good, but he had to use 2 disruptor shots to kill units. Oh, Gerald losing military and income supply. He did a really good job, man. He was super cost efficient with what he had, but it's Zerg, man. 57 drone Zerg all in. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Zerg player and you're struggling versus Protoss, play like this player right here. Play like this player right here. Max out at 9 minutes. Max out at 9 minutes and F2A move, bro. It's what you gotta do. It's what you gotta do. You max out at 9 minutes and then you F2A move.